Hey guys, what's going on? Katie Day with the MOVEMETOTX Team here in Houston, Texas. My team helps families move into and around the greater Houston area. Today, I am joined by one of our team members, and what we wanted to talk about today were the things that you should know before you are moving to Houston. So join me in welcoming Anneka Harralson. How is your day going so far?
Going well. So far, so good.
Awesome. So I know you are not originally from Houston. Neither am I. So I thought it would be good for us to hop on here and chat a little bit about things that we didn't necessarily know before moving here, but now we want other people to know. How long have you been in Houston? Where are you from? Give a little bit of context.
Yeah. So I moved to Houston 2 years ago. I was from Waco, Texas. So born and bred, went to college there, everything. So first time moving away from the hometown, moving to the big city, if you will. And there are a lot of things I wish I knew, but it's been good. It's been great, exploring and getting to know it myself.
Yeah, for sure. So let's start out. Number one, what's the first thing you wish you would have known about before you moved here?
Yeah. So one big thing was the traffic. I didn't know what to expect coming from, oh, yeah, I'll just hop on, be somewhere in 5 minutes. Wasn't so much of an option anymore. So biggest thing I learned was I definitely need to get a toll tag, need a carpool, get in that HOV lane, and, then you're zipping around. You're ready to go.
Zipping around. I think that I had never really seen, so I grew up in Maryland, went to school in Florida, moved around, but I had never really seen highways as big as they are here, right?
Yeah.
Like maybe on a road trip or whatever, but like daily driving on the highway, you hop on I-10, you're like, holy crap, this is 5 lanes across each way, got like HOV lanes, the feeder roads. So I think I would kind of piggyback on what you're saying about traffic. The feeder roads are like highways, in their own right, because they're like 3-4 lanes.
You're the person to say feeder, huh? You're a feeder road person, like an access road person. Just what I would call it.
Okay. I mean, what's the appropriate term? Drop it in the comments below if you're watching right now. Do you call it a feeder or an access, or what do you call the road on the side of the highway?
There's so many options. People make fun of me for calling it an access road, but I think feeder's funny. I don't know.
There are a lot of things that you say that, we won't get into that right now. So yeah, traffic is definitely something that you should be aware of. There's a feature on har.com where you can actually see what your commute would be at certain times of day. And I always tell people to check that out. Cause if you're moving from San Francisco or LA or DC, no, you're not going to think traffic here sucks. But if you're moving from a smaller town, 100%, you're going to be like, what did I get myself into? I would avoid 610 and 59. Which is, I know, right
as much as possible.
Live.
Yeah, I'm surrounded by both of those highways. So,
so yeah, 610, 59, I would try to avoid at many times of day. I've been there, Sunday at 2 p.m. and there's a traffic jam. And then another area is the 5945 area. So this is gonna kind of date this video because at some point that's not going to be like that because they're gonna put the highways basically stacked on top of each other. They're planning that. But right now it's taking all of these highways and scrunching them down and then pushing them all back out, right?
Yeah.
So bottleneck to the extreme. All right. So traffic can sometimes suck. Good to let people know about it, before they're moving here. What's something else that you wish you would have known before you moved here?
I mean, a big thing too, just looking weather-wise, I wasn't ready for the humidity and the rainy season. I didn't know that was a thing somewhere not, in Central America. But here we are in Houston in rainy/hurricane season. And, just one day, all of a sudden, it's going to be a downpour in the middle of the afternoon when you had a sunny moment just an hour ago. And that definitely surprised me. But it's been good.
Yeah, no, I'd completely agree there. Sorry that I'm holding the camera. The dryer is going on the other side of this wall, so my desk is shaking right now. So totally fine. We roll with the punches here with the MOVEMETOTX Team, always, just pivoting where we need to. But yeah, the humidity here is definitely, it's hot. I would argue though that in the summertime, anywhere in the country other than maybe San Diego, it sucks and it's hot. So I would take a Houston winter over a
That's very
snowy
true.
winter any winter of the year, any day of the week. But yeah, I mean, the rain is definitely something, since we are close to Galveston, we are, in kind of a coastal-ish, I mean, we're pretty far away from it, but coastal-ish area, that does result in rain. And sometimes we get, tropical storms and hurricanes and, the rain that's associated with that. So yeah, I hear you. The summertime is definitely humid and rainy. So yeah, you should always have a pair of like waterproof shoes or flip-flops.
Yeah, rain jacket in the car. Exactly.
Yeah. It's always great showing a home and you walk in and it's sunny, you walk out and it's like a downpour, you're like, crap.
Exactly.
Happened once or twice. All right. So I feel like, we started off on kind of a negative outlook of like traffic sucks, weather sometimes sucks. What are some things that you enjoy that you were like, man, I did not know that Houston had such a vibrant scene of this, or something that you love?
Yeah, absolutely. So one big thing was shopping. I love to shop, and there weren't, like a ton of options coming from Waco. But here, you can head to the Galleria. If you're feeling it, you can head out to Memorial. You have, so many different options. You can head to Highland Village, everywhere you can shop. And I really appreciate that. All the options.
Many options. I think that's what's kind of cool is like, normally when you live in a town, like you can only go to the mall, and like going here to the Galleria is like sometimes overwhelming. Like I just need a pair of shoes. I don't need to go, or I just want a pair of jeans. Like, I don't want to go navigate a 3-story, mall, whatever, monstrosity. But yeah, I mean like Highland Village, Rice Village, even some of the smaller malls right throughout. Not that it's, we both live in town, but like going to the Woodlands, I love the Woodlands. God, this dryer is drying maybe it's the washer.
I can't hear it. They're good.
It's just when I let go of the camera, it starts to wiggle. But anyway, so the Woodlands, I love that area with all the shopping and the mall and everything up there. That's pretty cool. We've got tons of outlets.
I was going to say, make your way to the outlets.
Yeah, I always make the rounds of like Lululemon and Nike and, Adidas and Reebok. You can see I like sneakers.
Sporty things.
Yeah. And then, it's up obviously in Cypress, but then we have the outlets down south, down 45. So yeah, lots to do if you like buying things.
For sure. And if you're in, all different parts of town, it's like if I'm, headed out to show something in League City, I might be stopping at the Baybrook Mall. I don't know. I might be making a stop. There's so many. And maybe that was from personal experience this past weekend. I don't know.
I was like, I'm pretty sure Anneka recently had a closing in League City. So,
I sure did.
Yeah. Good deal. So yeah, lots of options with shopping. Great point there. What are some other things that you wish you would have known before you moved here?
How many different types of food there are, so just so much. And you don't have to go to the same place twice ever if you don't want to, but I will be because it was so good.
That's what's tough. And I think, something kind of piggyback on that, like one of the things is like people are very like neighborhood specific. So like I've lived on the east side of town for a while. So like I tend to go to restaurants in like East Downtown, Third Ward, Midtown, right? But like going to the Heights, I'm like, man, I've got to drive 15 minutes to get food because I'm passing so many good restaurants along the way, right? And that's something that, I've always had difficulty with. Like when I first moved here, I lived in Houston, in Midtown, right? And like Midtown is just such a walkable area. There's so much to do there. Like I didn't leave Midtown literally for the first 4 months that I lived in Houston.
I mean, it's a good place to be though, because there is so much stuff there.
Yeah, so many bars and restaurants. Definitely a good time there for sure. But yeah, so many different types of food. I think that's a testament to the culture here. And the amount of different ethnicities and cultures and languages and things like that are spoken here. It's like such a big melting pot that I mean the food is a complete testament to that for sure. What's your favorite kind of food or favorite? I don't want to box you in. What's your top 3 types of food in Houston?
I was going to say, that's a tough. I mean, first I would have to say like sushi, because I'm always trying to find the next sushi spot for me to be obsessed with for, a few weeks, and then on to the next. I got to be obsessed with a new one, definitely sushi. Next would probably be Italian. I love Italian food, trying all these different ones. And then probably third, I would say Tex-Mex, which is very Texas specific, but Houston's got some great Tex-Mex, tacos, all that good stuff.
Yeah, I would have to agree with you on 2 of the 3. Although I love Italian food, it is one of my favorite types of food. I would say sushi is high on the list for me. And then steak.
Mm-hmm.
So whether that's steak night, which is something that I didn't know about before I moved to Houston. So basically at bars and restaurants at Houston on like any day of the week, Monday through Friday, one of the days of the week, they do steak night. And it's amazing. It's basically like anywhere between $15 to $30 for a steak and sides and maybe a salad or possibly a beer. And bars just do it all over. And like, I was so amazed when I was like, I could go to the bar and pay $15 for like a fat steak. I'm in.
I was going to say that was like shocking for me because I saw it at one place and I was like, oh my God, this one place does steak night every Thursday. How cool. And then I, see ads or posts on Instagram from everywhere talking about steak. And I'm like, if you wanted to get a steak any night of the week, there's definitely an option for you.
Yeah. And then I would say third for me after steak would definitely be like Tex-Mex and tacos. I didn't understand tacos till I moved to Texas. Like I had come to visit like friends in Austin and like they're eating breakfast tacos and lunch tacos. And I'm just like, man, they are obsessed with tacos. I'm like, I mean, I like it. I liked a taco and whatever. Now I'm like, I could eat tacos for every meal,
Yeah. The variety. It's a different meal every time.
Which I'm excited that we're going to launch Tour de Taco soon.
Yes, absolutely. I'm pumped for that. Catch me eating mini tacos.
It's basically just Anneka and I. We're starting a new series. It's called Tour de Taco. It's basically just us eating tacos throughout the city and talking about the neighborhoods and talking about the tacos and things like that. So if you like food, you like tacos, stay tuned for that. All right. So shopping, food, very diverse. What else? What else do you have? If we're talking about top 5 things, what's the 5th thing you wish you would have known before you moved here?
Yeah, my last thing would definitely be just that there's always something to do. Like you never have to be bored if you don't want to be. So there's always events going on, whether it's like a farmer's market or like we just wrapped up around Houston Restaurant Week, around Christmas and the holidays, you've got Lights in the Heights, all of these good things. It's like there's always something to do. Concert. I love that about Houston for sure.
Funny you mentioned that, right? Like everything's bigger in Texas, everyone always says, and Houston, I feel like, shows out. Houston Restaurant Week, you notice she said Houston Restaurant Week. In Houston, it's actually 5 weeks. It's not just 1 week. It's not weeks. It's Houston Restaurant Week, but it's been extended to 5 weeks because
many weeks.
Yeah. So basically here in Houston, it's similar. They do it in other cities and other states. They give money back to the Houston Food Bank. So, you go and you eat, price fix lunch or dinner or brunch and, you're giving back to the Houston Food Bank. So it's great. And yeah, it's a fun way to get out and try some restaurants that maybe you wouldn't have tried, otherwise. I think one of the things too that you didn't mention is like sports, right? Like we have baseball, we have, women's and men's professional soccer, we have basketball, we have the football, so we've got all the professional sports.
The football.
And then even like international soccer comes through here too. So like we've got the BBVA Stadium where the Dynamo and Dash plays. So like professional, World Cup qualifiers and things like that come through. So it's like, if you like sports, you can see, anything. If you like festivals and concerts, like all of the major, concert tours come through here. The street festivals are also really cool, like the smaller local things. Like you mentioned Lights in the Heights, White Limb Night as well in the Heights. There's just a lot, that's available.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So top 5 things you wish you knew before you moved to Houston. Traffic kind of sucks. Humidity is no joke. Awesome shopping. Every type of food can be found here. We have very diverse cuisine. And there is always something to do. Is there anything else that you want to add before we go?
Well, I mean, a little perk, something I also love. There's so many great Insta spots. You can grab an Insta pic anywhere. There are so many painted walls. I've definitely just been driving around and like pull over and take a picture because I'm like, that's a cool wall. I want to take a picture here.
I facepalm and make fun of you, but like I'll do the like I'll roll down the window and put my phone out and like burst
and just drive or something.
as we drive by. When I'm a passenger and not when I'm a driver, just to be clear.
But
yeah, I mean there are so many Instagrammable spots, and I think that's something that like is great and terrible about our culture today. But like I love the colorful murals all across the city. It's really cool. We actually took some of our engagement photos in front of like the Biscuit Wall, which it's now like a clothing store, I think, but like that Biscuit Wall in Montrose, and just things like that. Like there's so many things. What would be if someone were looking for Instagrammable spots? Driving down Westheimer would be one, because like the Biscuit Wall, and there's all of like the thrift shops and stores now are starting to paint their walls as well. Where would be some other places you would tell people to go?
I mean, also in Edo, as you just drive around, there's so many places, just different cement walls, different shops that are just really cool too, to take a picture of sculptures around downtown as well. All the different sculptures that you'll see popping up, in Discovery Green, great Instagrammable spots. I definitely have some of them on my Instagram. Those are two big ones too.
Yeah, for sure. I think East Downtown, if you're on Leland and St. Emmanuel Hutchins area, is the big, graffiti park where Gonzo's done a bunch of stuff. But all of the surrounding buildings are kind of covered. But yeah, even some of the bars like have started to put stuff on their walls as well. It's like they know what's up.
Just some neon lights, just tack it on a wall, and I will take a picture in front of it. That's fine.
Yeah. Cool. Well, I appreciate you coming on today and sharing that. You mentioned you do have some of these things on your Instagram. If someone was looking to follow you, where would they find you?
Yeah, so my Instagram is Anneka_Harralson_realtor. So you can check me out there. It's a little long, but I know you can find it.
Good deal. Well, if you guys are thinking about moving to Houston, I hope that this video helps help you to consider some of the things that you should think about before you move here, and things that you should know. But that's all we've got for today. Like and subscribe to our channel if this helped you, and we'll talk to you soon.